For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service.
Friends, family, and loved ones. But for some, pain deprives us from fully enjoying these moments. If chronic pain is keeping you from fully enjoying life, there is hope. Hi, I'm Dr. Marta Martinez. At Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, we're dedicated to treating our patients with the most advanced and compassionate care possible. Visit us for an evaluation and let our experienced staff help you get back to living a pain-free life.
from Unitrade Stadium. It is a bright, sunny morning with 90 degrees, more or less, 88.7, brought to you by Southern American Radar, our live Doppler radar, privately owned. One of our sponsors here, along with Southern Sanitation, Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, LSMC, and Ringo's, and a whole host of other sponsors will be announced throughout the game. This game features Azusa, California, versus Meoqui, Mexico. One of our new sponsors, Licenciado Joel Gonzalez, sponsoring the Meoqui, Mexico team. Glad to have him on board. Thank you for the sponsorship. Bienvenidos, amigos de México, aquí en el programa de béisbol World Series de Palomino Pony en Laredo, Texas. A ver si podemos anunciar el juego bien y decir los nombres correctamente, pero si no, nos están escuchando, por favor, danos una poquita de corrección, ayuda para anunciar el juego bien y pronunciar los nombres correctamente. Hoy en este programa de World Series tengo mi gran amigo Jerry Medina III, el tercero, le dicen Trey. También fue atleta y beisbolista aquí en Laredo. Se está recuperando de una operación que le dieron en el codo. Le dice el Tommy John surgery aquí en los Estados Unidos en inglés. Recovering from Tommy John surgery, Jerry Medina III, Trey, will be my sidekick doing the color commentary this morning as I do play-by-play. Azusa, California, having a phenomenal outing last night or yesterday morning as they pelted their opponents from Chicago 15-0. And as they hit that 5-inning mercy rule, they allowed Chicago, Illinois to walk away and try to regroup for today. Azusa, California, having some strong bats. Meoqui, Mexico, is no stranger to the World Series. The Mexican contingent always bringing powerhouse teams. This year is no different. So on the mound for us here is going to be Ruben Gámez. Ruben Gámez va a estar lanzando para los miembros del equipo de México. And so you'll hear me go back and forth, English and Spanish. Hopefully everybody can stay tuned and follow along with me. I apologize. Spanglish is my first language. So here we go. Number 7 at the plate, Dougie Zuniga, or Dougie, depending on what side of the Mason-Dixon you're on. Dougie or Dougie Zuniga is up to bat facing Ruben Gámez for Mexico. So here we go. Top of the first, leadoff batter, number 7, Dougie Zuniga, ready to go versus Ruben Gámez on the mound for Mexico. And that's a shot to second base. And a quick out. Jerry, looks like gonna be a great matchup between these two teams.
Oh, for sure. Like yesterday, Azusa early in the morning came out swinging hot. Right here, it looks like he's coming out swinging again. First pitch, ground out.
Hot bats for Azusa yesterday. He clobbered Chicago, Illinois. Sorry, Chicago, Illinois. Don't mean to pile on here, but boy, did Azusa do a number.
What was it? I believe 17 runs yesterday.
That's right. Number 2, Zach Escalera at the plate. And he takes ball 1 from Ruben Gámez. The pitcher for Mexico, Ruben Gámez, lanzando para México, Meoqui, México, patrocinado por nuestro gran amigo Joel González, licenciado Joel González. In ball 2, that's 2-0 the count, with 1 out to Escalera, who is playing in the center field position. Had a correction on the lineup earlier where it looked like he was playing catcher as well. Hey, 2 catchers for Azusa. And that's a foul ball. It's high over towards first base, and there is no play. It goes into souvenir land. Bright, sunny morning, 90 degrees, and 65% humidity. Our sponsor, Southern American Live Doppler Radar, giving us the weather updates and the forecast for us here. and it is bright and sunny this morning. Escalera at the plate, swing and a miss, strike two. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the first inning in game 1 of day 2 of the Pony Palomino World Series in Laredo, Texas. And every once in a while I'll shout out our sponsors. This is why we're able to do this without charging. There is no paywall. Strike 3 at Escalera as Gomez takes down Escalera looking. Looks like Gomez has got some control there, Jerry. What do you think?
Yeah, he's going in there nice and easy. Looks nice and relaxed. Like throwing pounding the zone. A little bit of a close call right there. Could have gone either way. Escalera didn't look too happy about it. But at the end of the day, it's up to the umpire's discretion.
Tell me which batter ever looks happy when they strike out. They're all always looking for the call. Number 9 at the plate, Mo Aguirre. Mo Aguirre is the 3rd baseman for Azusa, California. And he takes strike 1 from Gomez. 2 outs here, 0-1 the count. Nobody on, no runs scored. Top of the first. Pony Palomino World Series action coming to you live from Unitrade. Brought to you by Southern Sanitation, our title sponsor. This is how we're able to broadcast this game with no paywall. And that's strike 2 from Gomez to Aguirre. He is the right fielder for Azusa. And ladies and gentlemen, last night, if you could hear my voice, it was starting to go. But hey, we're back strong this morning. And we've got our good help here, Jerry Medina III, Trey, doing color while I do the play-by-play. And we've got 1 ball, 2 strikes here, 77-mile-an-hour pitch there from Gomez. We're playing at Unitrade Stadium, home of the Tecolotes of the Dos Laredos, which is a team in the National League for Mexico. Plays both here and at La Junta in Nuevo Laredo. And that is strike 3, and Gomez retires aside. 1, 2, 3. And so we go to our first commercial break. We want to highlight our sponsors. Again, this is how we're able to do it without having to charge. No paywall. Just go to YouTube and go to Laredo Pony channel, or go to the Laredo Pony website, laredopony.org, and watch the game there. We'll be right back. bottom of the first, number 27 leading off for Meoqui, Mexico, Luis Flores. Flores, the center fielder. Luis Flores jugando centro para Mexico. And the first pitch hits the dirt in front of the plate, and the pitcher a little concerned about what was on the mound that tripped him up. He came off that mound kind of awkwardly.
Yes, he sure did. I mean, as a pitcher, right before, that's what the warm-up throws are for. You go out there, fix up, get your little landing spot, so you can land there and command the zone as best as you can.
And that's a shot all the way to left field, and it's over the head of the left fielder, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. And the leadoff batter, Luis Flores, has a stand-up double here at the bottom of the first. Meoqui, Mexico, already rattling the pitcher for Azusa, James Rocha.
So they're going to come out swinging today this morning.
And sure enough, they did. Number 55, Jose Rios, stepping into the batter box. Bateando para México, al momento va a ser Jose Rios.
See how this pitcher can react to this after giving up a leadoff double here in the top of the first. Come in here, you can give up the run, but just limit the damage that goes on the rest of this inning. Get yourself some ground balls.
That's the important part. Ahora Luis Flores está en segunda esperando Jose Rios y se le pasa al catcher. El catcher para Azusa, Vic Merlos.
I'm the pitcher right here. I just go behind the mound real quick, stand up, look at the sky, take a little breath in, and you just got to visualize success out there. I think right now he's a little shaken up after giving up that leadoff double, and he might be he might start playing with the mound. But that's just a coping mechanism with some pitchers when they're a little uncomfortable out there. Now you just got to fight the adversity and just attack the zone.
James Rocha wind up here, and he shoots a strike right down the pipe there. 1-1 the count. Runner at third after a smash stand-up double over the head of the left fielder. Rocha on the mound, Rios in the box, and the pitch to Rios from Rocha. High, inside, ball two. Runner from Meoqui, Mexico on third base is Luis Flores, who had a stand-up double. Here we are in the bottom of the first inning, Azusa, California versus Meoqui, Mexico. And another shot, the second base, and out number one, and they hold the runner at third. Good defensive play by the second baseman.
Good by the pitcher, Rocha, getting that little ground ball right there. Now he just needs to keep it that way the rest of the inning. Even if you can seat the run right here, it's really early in the ball game. Things still climb back, especially after the offensive performance we saw yesterday. I think that they can handle it.
They certainly have bats that they brought with them. Luis Rascon is now batting for Meoqui, Mexico, the left-handed hitter. Luis Rascon bateando para México, bateando por el lado izquierdo contra el lanzador Rocha de Azusa, California. Aquí en la primera entrada de la Serie Mundial de Palomino Pony, aquí en Laredo, Texas. Aquí en la casa de los tecolotes de los dos Laredos. Ese es el campo principal. También juegan en la Junta. Y le decimos campo principal porque nos gusta más este campo.
Wow, what a play by the first
what a great play at first base. Buena jugada en la primera base por a ver, ¿cómo se llama el muchacho? Anthony Flores de Azusa, California. Picked up that grounder, held the runner at third, and then proceeded to force out at first. And now we have two outs. Runner at third, and number 30 coming on, Arlan Arzamendi. Y si lo tengo incorrecto, por favor, corrígenme. let me know. We'll get this right. Alan Arzamendi, number 30, at the plate versus James Rocha for Azusa, California. Ball won the count to Arzamendi. 2 outs, runner at third, and he takes a strike. 1-1 the count. Here in the bottom of the first, nobody has scored, but we do have a runner on at third. Rocha firing an 82-mile-an-hour fastball. Let's see how he handles his pitches here going forward, trying to keep
good pitch.
2. Good swing by Arzamendi, but an excellent pitch by Rocha, keeping that just about the knee level, making him want to take a swing at that. So 1-2 the count, 2 outs, bottom of the first, nobody scored yet. Runner at third, Arzamendi at the plate, Rocha on the mound for Azusa, California. And
Good
that's
pitch.
Another grounder to first.
Nice and easy. Get over.
Nice and easy, and the first baseman's got it, and he gets out of the inning after a long fly ball to left field gave Meoqui, Mexico a double, but they leave a man stranded on third, and here we go to the top of the second. 0-0, Azusa, California versus Meoqui, Mexico. We'll be right back after these brief commercials. For the top of the second inning with Azusa, California playing Meoqui, Mexico. Want to give a great shout out to our good friend Licenciado Joel Gonzalez, el abogado, who is a sponsor for the games here for Mexico. So whatever Mexico's playing, you'll hear about our sponsor, Licenciado Joel Gonzalez. Thank you. Muchísimas gracias, Licenciado Joel González, por patrocinando nuestro equipo de México. And at the plate is a grounder to first, and out number 1 recorded here in the top of the second inning, and number 12, Gabe Guerrero, grounding out the first here. Paxton Zubek. And again, folks from Azusa, California, the comments are open on YouTube, so if you will let us know how to pronounce that name, it's Zubek, or Zubek, as we have it right now, facing the pitcher, Ruben Gomez, for Meoqui, Mexico, here in the top of the second inning. And he takes strike 1 from Gomez. Zubek is the right fielder for Azusa, California. Happy to have this great weather for today's game. It's going to get a little hot later, just at 89 degrees, 64% humidity. We are fortunate to have as a sponsor Southern American Live Doppler Radar here in Laredo, Texas. Privately owned Live Doppler Radar, collaborating with the city of Laredo. It is now sitting on top of the Airport Air Fire Rescue the ARF, as it's affectionately known. Probably the only live Doppler radar in the world, certainly the only privately owned live Doppler radar in the world, privately owned in the United States, for sure the only one. So want to give a big shout out to Southern American for providing us the weather reporting today. Yesterday it played a factor. And that's a ball. So 1-2 the count, one out here in the top of the second. Got windy last night, Jerry. Got really windy, as you saw, and it played a role in how the ball was moving on these high fly balls, yes, in last night's game. We'll see what it does today.
You know, yesterday was a nice breeze out towards left field to the wall. Yesterday there was a ball out near the dugout area of first base, and first baseman from Italy made an amazing play on it.
Yep. That's right, and he had to, and you saw him just kind of wiggling back and forth trying to get under it as that ball was moving because of the wind. The pitch from Gomez.
Oh, hits him.
Gets him on the edge there. So number 5, Paxton Zubek, gets hit by a pitch and is on first base. So with one out, we have a runner on, and now Vic Merlos, the catcher, steps into the batter's box. Coach coming in to take a look at his catcher. I think his catcher may have took a piece of that as well.
Might have deflected right off the hitter and right into his right arm, it looks like.
And so yesterday we had a young man from Harlingen take one right on the chin, right there in the mask, and got up woozy and eventually was pulled from the game as a precaution, but spoke to him during the opening day ceremonies yesterday, and the catcher, Aranda, was doing well, recovered nicely, and will be returning to the field of play today. They did the concussion protocols, and he is good to go. Laredo's finest fire department, EMS department, was here on site to render a little aid and cleared him shortly thereafter. The league officials and the umpires all said he was good to go. So good to have him back. Glad he's safe. And as we can all hope that no one gets hurt during these games, but if they do, we've got personnel on hand to help that. So Azusa, number 23, Vic Merlos, the catcher, about to step into the batter's box to face the right-hander Ruben Gomez from Meoqui, Mexico. Great baseball action scheduled for today. Game after this is Laredo versus Youngstown. Youngstown's bats were on fire yesterday, as were Laredo's. But Laredo, a little more of a strategic game. Youngstown was just pounding ground.
Yeah, for sure it was. Youngstown went out there swinging as their third batter of the game went deep over the left field fence. Pekatowski went out there.
Just rocketed that ball over the left field wall, and the pitcher here, Ruben Gomez, fires strike one to the catcher Merlos, who is at the plate. 1-1 to count, one out. One runner on, no score here in the top of the second in the first game of the Pony Palomino World Series Day 2. And that's a shot on the ground, picked up nicely by the left fielder. So now we've got runners on first and second, one out. And stepping to the plate, Martin Luna for Azusa, California. Luna, the second baseman.
Looks to be a courtesy runner for their catcher for Azusa.
That's correct.
I can't make out the number, though. We'll get you that shortly.
And it looks like it's number 4, Marcus Reese. Marcus Reese.
Oh, he threw good yesterday for Azusa in their first game here.
Yep, Marcus Reese is a courtesy runner for the catcher. And so runners at second and first. Martin Luna at the plate, facing Ruben Gomez on the mound. Lanzador para el equipo de México, Ruben Gámez. El bateador para Azusa, California, Martin Luna. Aquí en la segunda entrada. Y se le pasa La tirada a segunda, tratando de mantener el corredor que estaba en segunda, avanza a tercera en un error.
Looks to be a little bit of miscommunication out there between the middle infielders and their pitcher on that pickoff throw. Hopefully it doesn't cost them here.
Well, now they got him at the corners with only one out. Let's see what kind of strategy they've got here with Martin Luna at the plate and whether or not that catcher is going to make an attempt to get this runner at first if he does aggressively run the bases. Ruben Gámez, the pitcher who threw that pitch over, or that ball over the second baseman in an effort to hold the runner who had taken a pretty aggressive lead there. Luna at the plate, Gámez on the mound, and that one's in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Runners at the corner, and no runs scored so far at the top of the second inning. Azusa, California, Meoqui, Mexico, Day 2 Palomino World Series action. And that's high in the air right here at first base. First baseman is under it, nice and easy. And that's out number 2. Luna not happy with himself.
No, you can't call time there. The ball's still live.
It is a live play. Notice the difference between last night's fly ball into that area versus today's. That one went straight up and straight down. Last night, that thing was moving left to right, forwards and backwards, and that first baseman made an excellent grab at it. This one's pretty simple. So now at the plate, we've got Anthony Flores. Flores, the first baseman, that tall first baseman, with runners on the corners, 2 outs, and it goes straight up and straight down, comes into souvenir land here. Outstanding play here at Unitrade Stadium. And that's straight up in the field of play, and out number 3. Azusa, California leaves 2 on the bases, and the score remains 0-0 here in the middle of the second as we go down to the bottom of the second. And we'll take a brief commercial break to thank our sponsors, including our good friend Licenciado Joel Gonzalez. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service.
Life is full of great moments, special moments, shared with friends, family, and loved ones. But for some, pain deprives us from fully enjoying these moments. If chronic pain is keeping you from fully enjoying life, there is hope. Hi, I'm Dr. Marta Martinez. At Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, we're dedicated to treating our patients with the most advanced and compassionate care possible. Visit us for an evaluation and let our experienced staff help you get back to living a pain-free life.
Palomino World Series action, our broadcast brought to you by Southern Sanitation. Hoping our production booth is ready to go, live and awake, paying attention to all the good action here at Unitrade Stadium. At the plate, number 10 for Meoqui, Mexico.
Flares went out to center, drops in there for a little single. Had him out in front there on the slider, and still hitter for Mexico still manages to poke it out there with a little base hit.
Rogelio Mata, the base runner right now at first, who just flared into shallow center.
Yeah, he'll be the DH for today for Mexico.
Designated hitter for Mexico. And at the plate is number 22, Alejandro Revuelto, the batter in the box. And on the mound for Azusa, James Rocha. So we have a runner on, 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out, bottom of the second. Meoqui, Mexico at the plate here. And he takes ball 2. Great weather out here, about 90 degrees already, but no wind in sight for the most part. Humidity is kind of high. We're looking at about 65% humidity, so this is a humid day out there. Keep the players hydrated, try to keep them cool. And another shot, that one gets by the second baseman.
Oh, play at the second, gets by the shortstop up to the third baseman, number 9.
Right fielder firing that hard, but to the right of the bag, and almost allowed the runner to move forward to third, but third baseman making a nice recovery there. So runners at first and second, and coming to the plate, Carlos Buelna. If I got that right, I can't see the what looks like Buelna, B-U-E-L-N-A, Buelna. And if I have it wrong, please correct us. Runner second and first, nobody out.
Oh, back pick to second. Oh, gets by the shortstop out to center field, but runner does not try to advance on the throw. What a shot by the catcher to throw it over there to second and try to back pick the runner.
And probably could have had he come up with the grab. The runner not really quick to get back, and probably not really quick to get down to third base either, so he stayed on at second. So 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out. Runners at second and first. Number 59, Carlos Buelna, in the box against James Rocha from Azusa. And that's a strike. 1-1 the count. The catcher for Azusa, Victor Merlos, aggressive in his throws. And California, who had a phenomenal first day game yesterday, beating Chicago, Illinois, 15-0 in 5 innings, now faces Meoqui, Mexico. James Rocha on the plate. Buelna, and nicely laid out, and the third baseman can't grab it. And so now we've got bases low. 21, Renteria, I believe, coming to the plate. Yes, Esteban Renteria, number 21.
It's a bit of a defensive miscue right there. The defense, when you got a runner on first and second, and your opposition's trying to show a bunt, you got to run a wheel play right here. Third baseman's going to come in crashing with the shortstop coming in covering third, and the second baseman's going to run and haul over to first base. But in that case, there was no one there at first base because they didn't run the wheel play at all to cover that bunt. That's something you got to look out for later on in this tournament, later on in this game, because those plays can help save runs, get some outs, and save pitches for your pitcher, especially in a tournament that you really need to rely on these pitch counts to stay low.
And that allows the bases to get loaded with Renteria at the plate, Rocha on the mound, and we will see where this goes as Meoqui, Mexico has a chance to add a run or two here in this inning right now. And strike 1 from Rocha. Courtesy runner at first base for the catcher who just stepped out. And we'll get you that name for our courtesy runner. And I believe it's Irving Carrillo. Irving Carrillo is courtesy running for the catcher. Number 21 at the plate, Renteria, takes another strike from James Rocha as Rocha tries to stave off what could be a disastrous bottom of the second. Bases loaded, nobody out, 2 strikes to Renteria here at the Pony Palomino World Series in Laredo, Texas. Bright sunny day, about 90 degrees. Live broadcast, no paywall on YouTube/Laredo Pony. That's the channel. Foul tip brought to you by our sponsors who make that possible so that you can watch the game from wherever you are in the world at LaredoPony.org or YouTube/Laredo Pony. Live games being brought to you by Southern Sanitation, our title sponsor, their sister company, Southern American. Our broadcast sponsor, Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic. Our box score, Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, Dr. Marta Martinez. And Ringo's Barbecue, legendary barbecue and burgers. Renteria on the mound, the box. Rocha on the mound. And that's a shot in the center field. Center fielder's getting under it. Got it. There's a tag. There's not going to be...
Oh, hoses him at the plate.
Whoa. Whoa. What a play by the center fielder for Azusa, Zach Escalera, with a rifled shot, and he caught a slow-moving runner from Meoqui, Mexico, and had a play at the plate. 2 outs here, runners at second and first, and it looks like Azusa has done an excellent job here to possibly stave off a flurry of runs. So now at the plate, number 9, Julian Medrano, facing James Rocha with 2 runners on, and he takes strike 1 from Rocha. What a play, Jerry. What do you think about that shot from the center fielder?
It was a good throw, get the runner. I mean, runner, you got to think about it. Playing in shallow, he was in front of that Laredo sign you can see out there at center field. When you see a center fielder that shallow, typically you should not up on it, especially if you got to know yourself a little bit more than that.
Foul ball. Medrano here. The Medrano playing left field for Meoqui, Mexico.
See if Rocha can be Houdini right here and get out of this jam.
Rocha doing a good job so far, getting some help from his friends. Here in the bottom of the second, the center fielder Escalera with a rifled shot down to the plate. And that's going to drop. Ooh. And it drops right in front of the right fielder, but the right fielder, an excellent defensive back to home, holds the runner at third. So now we go back to bases loaded with 2 outs, bottom of the second, and coming up to bat number 27. Top of the order, Luis Flores.
Doubled last time up over the left fielder.
There you go.
See where the outfield see where Zeus's outfield plays him right now in this situation.
So Rocha has already faced Flores. Flores has already faced Rocha. Let's see how they make their adjustments to each other. And the first pitch, swing and a miss by Flores with runners on all bases, 2 outs, 1 strike the count to Flores. Rocha trying to close the door on a Meoqui, Mexico, right here in the bottom of the second. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2 for Rocha.
What a pitch by Rocha. Come up here, you're 0-2. Took you good shot for a double last time up. If I'm Rocha right here, you want to throw a breaking ball in the dirt. You got to bury it. Get the over-aggressiveness out of Flores right here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So 2 outs, bases loaded, 2 strikes to the batter Flores. Rocha winds, and that shot drops in front of the left fielder, and that RBI single brings in run number 1 for Meoqui, Mexico.
You got to throw that down in the dirt. He left it up there hanging, and you see it hanging, you bang it. Cost us a run right there.
That's exactly what he did, and Rocha not adjusting well to Flores, who has gotten 2 hits off of him now.
That's correct.
And here we go, back to the action here with Rocha on the mound and Jose Rios at the plate for Meoqui, Mexico. Mexico always bringing a strong team. Foul ball by Rios. El equipo de México siempre fuerte, siempre traen buen equipo. Rios, el bateador para México al momento. Contra Rocha, el lanzador para Azusa, California. And so here we go with Rios trying to add to the lead. Fouls it back into the net. And that is 0-2 the count, 2 outs, bases loaded, 0-2 the count to Rios. Rocha trying to shut it down right here and just allow the 1 run to come in. So let's see what he's got. These two have already faced each other in the first inning. And that one's going to drop right in front of the right fielder. And that RBI single brings in run number 2. So it looks like the team from Mexico has adjusted to Rocha and now have begun to pepper singles and drive in some runs. So 2 runs scored here so far off 2 hits back to back off of James Rocha, the starting pitcher for Azusa, California, for game 2 of.
Looks to me like they're getting a little predictable right there with their pitch calling. Mexico's figuring it out right here, just peppering it anywhere. Just going station to station, advancing runners, base by base.
Luis Rascon, I believe, is at the plate. The left-hander facing the right-hander with bases loaded, 2 outs. 0-1 the count. And that's a shot to second. Second baseman able to handle that nicely. And that retires the side, but not before Mexico adds 2 runs. And they now lead Azusa, California 2-0 here in the top of the 3rd. And we'll be right back with live Palomino Pony World Series action here. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. Players have already faced each other a couple times, so let's see how they adjust. The Mexico team adjusted very well.
Got him down 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here to number 3. James Rocha.
Rocha, the pitcher for Azusa,
He's hitting
facing the pitcher for Meoqui. Yeah, Ruben Gomez.
pitcher versus pitcher right here. 0-2. If I'm pitching for Meoqui, I'm going to probably go fast about outer half. Ooh.
Oh, and Gomez says, hey, take that one. I'll get you first base. Right in the top of the hip.
It was a breaking ball that didn't break.
That's right. And as they say in my neighborhood, se vale sobar. But there is no crying in baseball.
Nope. Famous words of Tom Hanks in Our League of Their Own.
That's right. Absolutely. And they ring true to this day. There is no crying in baseball. So here we go. Number 7, top of the order, Dougie Zuniga at the plate. And that one goes foul. Going to land right in front of top of the building there. I thought that was going to go into souvenir land. Zuniga, the shortstop for Azusa, facing Gomez with a runner on, nobody out, top of the 3rd inning here at the Pony Palomino World Series 2025 live action. And that shot goes over the head of the shortstop, who drops right in front of the center fielder. And so with nobody out, we have 2 runners on here in the top of the 3rd inning with Zach Escalera, the center fielder, who had a great throw earlier in the last inning as he was able to keep a runner from scoring. Let's see how this continues this morning as these teams begin to adjust with each other. Improvising here, using a tie wrap to stir my coffee. And ladies and gentlemen, there's not enough coffee in the world this morning. Number 2, Zach Escalera.
Showing bunt right here. See if Mexico can run a wheel, players.
And that is outside.
Look, see.
1-1.
See how their defense right there compared to Azusa's? Their second baseman went over to cover first. Third baseman stayed back right there with the shortstop covering second. Trying to have some good bunt defense. Last thing you want to do is give up some runs right here.
Apologize for the extra noise there from the condiment bag.
Ooh.
And that one is a strike. So 1-2 the count, nobody out. Runners at second and first. Escalera trying to advance his runners using the bunt strategy, but unsuccessful. 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the top of the 3rd inning. Azusa, California versus Meoqui, Mexico. And that one's in the dirt. 2-2 the count now for the batter Escalera.
To be a breaking pitch from Gomez right there. Evens up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. See what he goes with right here. Either goes probably fastball outer half, or he's going to go another breaking ball. See if he can get a little swing and a miss right here, or ground ball to his middle infield and turns double play.
Gomez has managed to do a good job so far. Now has a full count on Escalera with 2 runners on. Zach Escalera, the center fielder, trying to rally his team into some runs here in the top of the 3rd. Unitrade Stadium with the radar You can see the pitch speeds. Gomez trying to hold a runner. Has already thrown one over the second baseman the last time he was checking a runner. Successful in having that runner scooch back. Escalera steps back into the batter's box. Has for him with runners on second and first. Here in the top of the third inning, the pitch is fouled over the club seats.
Who's out of the stadium? Why to watch your car windshields out there?
That's right. Hope you have good insurance. We don't have an insurance sponsor, but if we did, we'd probably say, good job, Mark Moreno, covering the insurance. Our vehicles parked out in the pavilion. Facing Gomez. They faced each other before, and they continue to make adjustments. Foul.
Oh, it's Mike. Oh, nope. Into
Just
the first
right
row.
there into that first row where the dignitaries would usually be sitting. Noggin.
Escalera battling right here with the full count after showing bunt his first 2 strikes. So Gomez goes right here for this next pitch.
And let me tell you what, string out that pitcher, pitch after pitch after pitch, that is going to impact that pitcher's, and he walks. And so now with nobody out in the top of the third, we have bases loaded, and gingerly walking into the batter's boxes, number 9, Mo Aguirre. Aguirre, the third baseman for Azusa, looks to drive in some runs with no out. Here in the top of the third, bases loaded, Mo Aguirre facing Ruben Gomez, and he delivers strike 1.
If you're Gomez right here, bases loaded, no out. You're going to concede a run right here just because of the situation. So right here, you're just going to pound the zone, throw some strikes, try to see if Aguirre can get himself out right here. Hope for the best.
With bases loaded, Aguirre takes the pitch and fouls it, gets it off of his ankle, does that little hop. So what do you think the coach for Azusa should be calling for Aguirre to do here? Bases loaded, nobody out, it's got 2 strikes.
You're swinging to put that ball as deep as you can to the outfield, so you're running third, possibly second.
And that's what it looks like they're going to try to do, swing away here. Ruben Gomez.
Yeah, you keep that ball on the ground and to force out any base you throw to. So you got to be careful with that.
Gomez delivers, and the shot in between first and second rolls all the way to right field. There will be 2 runs scored here, and Azusa ties up the score here in the top of the third inning with runners now at the corners. Azusa scores 2 runs.
Looks like the catcher's a little upset with Gomez right there, trying to tell him you got to get that pitch more on the outer half right there. A little frustrating right there, but you also can't show up your pitcher right there in that situation. You're still a team at the end of the day. You never, ever want to show up one of your teammates on the field.
Catcher-pitcher relationship important to the strategy of the game here. Gomez now faces the left-hander, Gabe Guerrero. Guerrero trying to drive in some more runs.
Oh, and he
shoots one over to left field, batting away from his left-hand side, shooting it over to left field, and that scores run number 3.
What a solid piece of hitting right there by Azusa these last 2 at-bats. Stringing together something.
And you got to stay focused. It's early on, and just because you're down, you just got to keep battling, and sure enough, there you go. Now you lead 3-2 with runners at second and first. Nobody out. Number 5, Paxton Zubek at the plate facing Ruben Gomez on the mound, and he takes strike 1.
Good pitch and good frame right there by the catcher. Starting off with the first pitch strike. That's one thing Gomez has done really well this game and this outing.
Meoqui, Mexico, Aquí tratando de parar a Azusa, California. Que ya no den más detonaciones, pero aquí va.
Oh, gets past the left fielder. He misplays it. Running really slow to
All
get
the way
there.
to left field, and there's another runner going to come in, and so now they've added two more. Stand-up double for Zubek. Paxton Zubek shelling that one all the way to the warning track for Azusa and bringing in two more runs as Azusa takes the lead 5-2 over Meoqui, Mexico.
Left fielder right there showing a little lack of urgency, not getting to that ball. He just looks at it go past him and just walks off and jogs up to the wall to grab it. Costing his team right there 2 runs.
Vic Merlos, the catcher for Azusa, stepping into the box against Ruben Gomez. After the left fielder, excuse the term, but lollygagged it over to get the ball, and it allowed those 2 runs to come in. Lollygagging, a popular term popularized by Bull Durham. Famous speech in the showers when coach comes in and starts yelling at all his players because into first and lollygagging to the plate. You know what that is? All y'all are lollygaggers. Great line from Bull Durham. So number 23 now, Vic Merlos away the Meoqui, Mexico team as they have a little conference at the mound, supervised by Blue. Goes in to pay a listen, make sure you're not discussing wedding plans, and also famous from that movie Bull Durham.
It's a good movie right there to watch if you haven't seen it yet.
Classic. So if you're out there from Azusa, California, or Meoqui, Mexico, what are your top 5 baseball movies that you love to watch? Let us know, and we'll make mention. We'll see if we can find some notable quotes from those lines, from those movies, that we can bring into the broadcast booth. Number 23, Merlos, facing Ruben Gomez here. 5. Azusa having a 5-run inning so far. The pitcher Gomez, all the trouble that needs. Great opportunity for Azusa to continue to. There are no outs yet as Merlos takes strike 1. No outs. Top order at second. Merlos, the catcher, at the plate, facing Ruben Gomez, the starting pitcher for Meoqui, and that's into the net.
These swings are starting to look a little bit more confident now. They're getting more comfortable facing Gomez.
And that's what goes on as these players see each other at the batter's box and the mound a couple innings in. They start to make their adjustments, just like Laredo did the other night.
Yes, for sure. They started off a little slow and then got hot towards the end of that game. Running and hit it.
There you go. That's what exactly happened last night. And this is an adjustment well made by Azusa. Merlos takes the count. Nobody out here. Runner at second.
That's the thing, though. Gomez has been getting them 2-strike count. He just hasn't found it.
He's gonna have to find that in his goodie bag at some point here.
Right here, you go. Grab more.
That or something that, and that's going to be add more. 5-2 now here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Needs to finish off there in his delivery. Stayed standing up on that front leg, kept his chest up. Need to finish. Putting the cup on the table, as I like to say, to get out there, though. Keep my.
And now Merlos will try to add to the lead that they've got here, try to extend with it. And that chopper going to short, and the play at first. So out one.
What a close play there at first base, though.
Merlos on him, got down to first, but he managed to here to third. So now number 6 coming in, Martin Luna, the second baseman, in to face Gomez, who he's already seen before. And let's see what Martin Luna makes. Let's see what Gomez does. Right Mexico leading 5-2.
Right here, you just want to chop that ball hard into the ground. Right here, it's a free run.
Close, but no cigar on. Runner at third, 5-2. Azusa. Luna. Gomez trying to stem the tide. Puts one in the dirt for ball.
An hour of the day for Gomez right there.
These batters have made him work.
Especially
for the
this
out.
inning right here. He's been throwing a lot of pitches.
That's going to hit his ability to continue at some point, and it takes strike one there. So 2-1 the count now. With trailing 5-2, Gomez trying to put an end to this. He's got 2-1 the count. Batter Luna. And Blue wants to wait just a second. Gomez settling back in. Martin Luna at the plate. Runner at third. One out. 2-1 the count. Top of the third. 5-2. And that's a grounder to third.
There
and that's going to go to first. And that drives that run in.
It's another right there. Chopped it on over to third base. Runner at third got a good jump. Scores easily. Yeah, there's an out. There's another run for Azusa.
6-2 now for Azusa, with 0 coming to the plate. Anthony Flores. Anthony Flores, the big, stepping into the batter's box. The starter, Ruben Gomez, who has 6 runs here in the top of the third, trying to close it out right here and allow no more further damage to go. 78-mile-an-hour fastball coming from Gomez. Flores, the tall baseman, facing Gomez here. Takes ball 2 from Gomez. Again, that pitch count becoming ever so important here in the third as Azusa leads Meoqui, Mexico. This game has been brought to you by our good sponsor, Joel González, abogado en México. Buen amigo patrocinando el juego de hoy. Joel González, muchísimas gracias por su... Y seguimos con la acción aquí en Unitrade Stadium, la Serie Mundial Palomino. At the plate now, Anthony Flores has a 2-1 count with 2 outs. Swing and miss, strike 2. 2-2 the count. Nobody on. 6 runners have crossed the plate. Is trying to get out with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out here in the top of the third. And Pony Palomino action and swing and a miss, strike 3, and that does it. That will retire the side, but not before Azusa and now leads Meoqui, Mexico 6-2. And we'll be right back. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service.
Life is full of great moments, special moments, shared with friends, family, and loved ones. But for some, pain deprives us from fully enjoying these moments. If chronic pain is keeping you from fully enjoying life, there is hope. Hi, I'm Dr. Marta Martinez. At Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, we're dedicated to treating our patients with the most advanced and compassionate care possible. Visit us for an evaluation and let our experienced staff help you get back to living a pain-free life.
And here we go, bottom of the third, number 30, Alan Semindi.
Oh, he drilled
Shoots one all the way to center field, goes to the track. Semindi try for three.
Oh, he's hustling, running hard.
Stand up triple for Semindi as he bangs away to left center field for Meoqui, Mexico.
Looks like the breeze took it a little bit, like a little jet stream, because it was popped way up. It hung for a while.
And as we're looking at the live here, we don't see much of a wind, but certainly looked like that had a little sail to it.
Definitely, for sure. Left fielder, center fielder, once it got to that wall, they kind of mishandled it a bit. Give the runner a good amount of time to get over on the third. He ran pretty hard, too.
That he did, and now batting number 10, Rogelio Mata, who's facing the starter James Rocha, who's so far done a good job, but that one built all the way to left center field by the Husky Alan Semindi, who again had some wheels on him as well. He made it all the way to third without any trouble. High outside, 83-mile-an-hour pitch there. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Runner at third, and looking to bring in his teammate, Semindi. Rocha looking to prevent it. On deck, number 22, Roberto. Catcher gets up from his stands. He's going to walk over and have a little chit-chat with his pitcher. Maybe sees something, knows something, feels something, as most catchers do in that pitcher-catcher relationship. 6-2 here in the bottom of the third. Azusa, California leading Meoqui, Mexico. Mexico with a runner at third. Mata at the plate, Rocha on the mound, and the pitch is a strike.
Settled him in there right there after 2 first pitch balls that weren't even close. Comes right back in there and paints the outer half.
2 balls, 1 strike. 84-mile-an-hour pitch for Rocha.
Yeah, Rocha's been throwing really good right now. Like nice little lively fastball.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. You're right. He has gotten these fastballs going in, but then he does a little bit of a changeup here, and he gets Mata swinging. Balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner at third.
Oh,
Foul tip, and that's how the catcher got hurt yesterday's game.
Yesterday
That day coming off the bat.
He'll stumble, but he's good to go today.
Yeah, good to go today. Aranda for Harlingen will be back on the field.
It's a good sign because it was not a good yesterday morning.
He stumbled, and EMS, which is here at the game, managed to go down there and take a good look at him before they cleared him. Number 10, Rogelio Mata, has 2 balls, 2 strikes, got a runner at third, nobody out, and swing and a miss, strike 3.
blows it by him for the punch out.
82 miles an hour.
What a pitch right there by Rocha.
So the conversation between Rocha and Merlos was productive. Revuelto, number 22, in the box against Rocha. And he takes one outside. Ball one. One out. Bottom of the third. 6-2. Azusa leading. That's high in the field of play, gently drifting.
What happened there with the first baseman?
Not sure. Looks like something happened, but
Something in his catching hand, the wrist.
I couldn't tell if that was a ploy to try to get the runner to run from third, but he seemed to
No ginger right there with that wrist.
indicate that something had happened to his wrist, and he drifted, and ball was live, and he held on to it, and that runner from third gave it some consideration, but thought he's bluffing.
Looks like the first baseman had a little bit of wrist problems right there as he has his. Maybe something to look forward to late in the tournament. Just gotta be careful. These guys out here.
Yeah, and that may have impacted his batting as well. So we're not sure what was going on. Really awkward for a second there. Again,
Good
from
to
my
see he's
vantage
okay,
point, it
though.
looked like he was playing possum with him. But number 59, Carlos Buelna, takes strike one from Rocha. 0-1 count with 2 outs, runner at third. Here in the bottom of the third, 6-2. Rocha doing his very best to keep a run from coming in and sustain that 6-2 lead to the third inning here. Rocha delivers, and that shot goes, and that one is going to drop in the field of play. Fair ball.
What a great piece of hitting right there by number 59 for Mexico. Puts it right in no man's land. Just tries to poke it, played with it.
Batting away from his traditional right, sending it over to the right field, right over the first baseman, dropping in, like you said, no man's land. So now Azusa leads 6-3. Courtesy runner number 66 for Mexico. And number 66 is going to be Irving Carrillo. Irving Carrillo is going to courtesy run for the catcher for Mexico. Carlos Buelna faces number 21, Esteban Renteria. Renteria takes one low and outside, ball one. Again, 2 outs here. 1 run has scored here in the bottom of the third. Runner at first. Rocha still on the mound for Azusa, facing Esteban Renteria. And that is high, playable here. I'm leaning my way to see it. There you go. And that is out number 3, third baseman coming up with that scoop. And that retires the side, but not before Meoqui, Mexico adds 1 run to the 6-3 as we go to the top of the 4th inning here from Pony Palomino World Series action. And we'll be right back from commercial break. Texas, number 3 at the plate, James Rocha, the pitcher. And we've got on the mound, it's still Ruben Gomez, who has not stopped pitching here in the fourth. Pitching for Azusa, 1 strike, 6 shot. Ramos, who was asking why we haven't broadcast a game for Puerto Rico. We are broadcasting from Unitrade. When they play here, we will broadcast that game for Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico juegos en parque, pero cuando lleguen aquí a Unitrade, sí vamos a anunciar y dar transmisión al juego de Puerto Rico. Probablemente hoy en la, pero sí vamos a poner a Puerto Rico en vivo. And that's a foul ball going over the heads of everyone. Want to shout out to all our friends. Saludos a nuestros amigos de Chihuahua y los amigos que tenemos en El Paso y otros lugares que están viendo el juego en vivo aquí por Laredo, en la serie mundial Palomino aquí en Laredo, Texas. So every once in a while, I'll switch back all the way into center field. Center fielder adjusting nicely, and that is out number 1 for.
Which I put a little bit of a charge into that one right there.
Sure did. Sure did.
Sent the center fielder back a little bit.
And so Gomez is still on the mound here in the of the 4th inning with number 7, top of the order, Dougie Zuniga, or depending on how it's that. The short for Azusa settling into the box. Looks like it might be playable, but nope. It's up in souvenir land over there, right over that first base section. 91 degrees already, 65 humidity this morning. Live Doppler radar to the batter, Zuniga, Dougie, shortstop for Azusa. Here, bright sunny day, live Doppler radar, only privately owned live Doppler radar in the United States, possibly the world. That's a grounder right between first and second, scooching by the first baseman who made a lunge at it, but that puts a runner on out of the 4th inning. Pony Palomino World Series action. Thank you, Southern Sanitation, for sponsorship, and Southern American for providing us the live radar. Not a cloud in the sky on the radar. 90 degrees, winds blowing gently out of the southeast, 7.8 miles an hour. No rain in the forecast. Bright sunny day here in Laredo, Texas. Nice bunt.
Right there by Gomez to let that ball roll foul. Take when you let those balls just roll.
And smartly played this time. On their side, as that thing looked like it was put down just right, but it rolled a little bit, and the catcher and the pitcher both letting it roll out for a foul. So now we've got, no balls, 1 strike, 1 out, runner at first. Top of the 4th inning with Azusa leading 6-3. Palomino World Series action. I want to give a big shout out to Ringo's Barbecue. Here goes the runner, and he goes into second.
What a good dirt ball read right there by Dougie Zuniga right there. Heads up base running.
Aggressively running that base, saw that ball had gotten away, scooted over to second base.
Didn't get far from the catcher. He read it pretty good.
body out in front of it, but that thing rolled up in front of him. He said, I'm going to take this base. He had a good jump and got there successfully. One out, runner. Number 2 takes from Gomez, the pitcher, Zach Escalera, the center fielder who had a cannon for an arm from in the game. Gomez one more time and drives it into left field. But he got a hold of that one. 2-2 the count. 1 out. And Ringo's Barbecue, legendary barbecue and burgers. Broadcast. Or if you want to share this with anyone, you can go tell them. Give them Pony 10 as a code and get 10% off your order. Pony 10 gets you 10% off at Ringo's Bar. Let me tell you, they've got a Tombstone Challenge. This is a massive 2 half patties, sausage, bacon, cheese, all, and a fried egg on top. If you can eat that, and I think give you a pretty good time limit to get it done. And you go on the Wall of Fame. If you don't, there is a shame. Highway 359 here in Laredo. Sponsor this year for Pony Palomino World Series. This is the code. 10% off at Ringo's Barbecue. Two strikes, 1 out, runner at second. And he walks him 6-3. And Coach Carrasco is making sound, as is the rest of the team, as I think we're going to see a right-hander come in and relieve this, who for the most part had a great game until that 3rd inning when Azusa's bats came to life. So we're going to take a quick 15 or 20 second sponsors while they make the pitching change. Number 15 is going to be your pitcher. Number 15 being Juan Espinosa. Juan Espinosa coming in relief. We'll be right back. And so now with the pitching change, we resume the top of the fourth inning with the runner on second, one out. Number 9, Meoqui at the plate. Facing the reliever, number 15, Juan Espinosa. Juan Espinosa coming in. Ruben Gomez, who had a good outing, and but got shellacked there in that third inning, six runs
Unanswered.
And so number Aguirre steps into the box, facing the new pitcher Juan Espinosa. He may with runners on second and first. Both catcher and pitcher wanted that one. Blue says no. 1-1 count, one out. Top of the fourth inning. As we in a World Series action from Laredo, Texas, Unitrade Stadium. Foul ball going into the parking lot. Quick shout out to some of our other sponsors. The City of Laredo, the County of Webb, the Laredo Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Chamber of Commerce, Line Decker Construction, and family businesses, Rotex, Andy's Auto Air, Mobility, and Sunbelt Air Conditioning. The pitch.
Oh, double steal.
Double steal and successful. Running those advances their runners into scoring positions. Runners at second and third.
Saw this yesterday morning when they were double stealing all day.
The big left. Gabe, the left-handed batter, to face Juan Espinosa for the first time. Espinosa coming in, Ruben Gomez from Meoqui, Mexico, with runners in scoring positions. Here in the top of the fourth, I see one out on the board here in the big jumbotron, but I think there may be two outs. I'm not quite sure. That in a second. Our folks over at Game Changer and our folks in the production booth manning the boards. And that one's in the dirt. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 2 runners on in scoring positions. As Espinosa tries to tame Gabe Guerrero, fielder for Azusa. Here in the inning, runners in scoring position, and let's see what they do. And that's high and outside, 83 miles an hour. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 runners on. Let's see how Espinosa handles this with 2 balls, no strikes. The left-hander, Guerrero, is eyeing that gap between first and second. And he takes strike 1 from Espinosa. Hot day, wind gingerly blowing out of the southeast, 7 miles an hour from what we can see. High humidity, about 90 degrees here, about 65% humidity, so it makes it feel lots hotter. Plus, the turf is unrelenting in its heat distribution. And that one is shot all the way to right field. And I was right. There were 2 outs already, and that retires the side for Azusa. Meoqui, Mexico Azusa manages to leave 2 runners on. No runs scored as they lead Meoqui, Mexico 6-3 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And we'll be right back after these brief messages. And so we come back to the live action from the Pony Palomino World Series here at Unitrade. Fourth, James Rocha on the mound for Azusa. Has one shot. As a lead, goes 6-3. The batter coming into the plate, number 27. Top of the order, Luis Flores, the center fielder, steps into the box against James Rocha, still on the mound.
He's 2 for 2 on the day with a double and a single.
Today, doing well. Let's see how this pitcher-batter duel goes. From 0-1 count, nobody out, runner at first. Bottom of the fourth. Live broadcast from Unitrade, brought to you by Southern Sanitation. American Live Doppler Radar, privately owned. And that's fouled into the... And the great staff over at Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, LSMC as it is affectionately known here. Rocha. High and outside. Main Solutions. Dr. Here in Laredo and Edinburgh. So if you're from Harlingen, any one of those down in the valley, go see Dr. Marta Martinez. If you've got any kind of double board certified in man over at Ring. And that shot is in the left field. It's going to drop right in front of
For Flores, 3 for 3 with 2 singles.
And Flores moves his runner to second, so runners at second and first. And number 55, Jose Rios, comes into the batter's box. Here in the fourth inning, as Meoqui trails Azusa 6-3. United Independent School District loaning us their facilities at the Student Bill Johnson Activity Center. Bill Johnson, sponsor of Pony League, all things athletic for the youth. 55 Rios versus James Rocha. And that shot in the center got it. So out number one. And because cannon for an arm, the runner at second respects and stays put. The center field, Escalera, fired one from deep field to make a play at home. So with one out, runners at second and first. Rocha, the left-hander, who drives one. Left fielder is going to pick that up and secure out number two. Again, James Rocha pitching a masterful game here today. A little help from his friends, because that's all we need is a little help from our friends. Makes the dream work. Number 3, Alan Arzemindez. Correctamente dicho. Alan Arizmendis. Arizmendis. Disculpe. Bateando para Meoqui, México. Número 30. Hacer algo para James Rocha, el lanzador para Azusa, California. Aquí en juego y lo está terminando.
Block right there. Good work right there by the catcher, Merlos, to keep that ball in front and leave those runners in place.
Vic Merlos, the catcher for Azusa, did a fine job behind the plate as his team leads 6-3 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. With runners first, there are 2 out, and Rocha has 1 on Arismendis. Alan Meoqui, Mexico. Rocha lanza Azusa. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Action coming to you live from Unitrade Stadium, brought to you by Southern Sanitation. The net. Now with our sponsors, that allows you to watch the game free of charge on YouTube/Laredo Pony, or site, free of charge. If you're watching the Broncos, there's a paywall that you've got to go through. We're able to broadcast this with 4 cameras, some announcers. Not sure how good we are. Free of charge.
There at Rocha. Didn't like the call a little bit.
Queremos dar un saludo a nuestro patrocinador, el licenciado Joel González, nuestro gran amigo patrocinando el equipo de México. Licenciado abogado Joel González, gracias por su apoyo. Mendes with number 10, Rogelio Mata. To face James Rocha, who has pitched the entire game so far for Azusa, California. Esta transmisión completamente gratis, gracias a nuestros patrocinadores como el licenciado por su apoyo y con el apoyo de los otros patrocinadores, hacer esta transmisión sin costo al público, completamente gratis. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Bottom of the 4th inning, Mexico trails Azusa 6-3. Hopes to change that. And that's 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. And the team wants Mr. Mr. Rocha, the pitcher for Azusa. Things are heating up here, both as well as on the field as we approach that hot temperature. Here in Laredo, Texas, Unitrade Stadium. Pony Palomino World Series action. And he walks it.
Oh no, he called it a strike.
Oh, he called it a strike? My goodness, Mata thought he had a bag, but nope. Blue says no. Come on back here, young man. Count 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Rocha trying to take strike 2. Again, Mata thought he had a ball. And so now with a full count, bases loaded, 2 outs.
That's back-to-back pitches. Mata thinks that he got walked on.
He now faces Mata with a full count, 2 outs, and that's
Pops